Hi chess friends, welcome to this new video. This time I will show you a really amazing game of FIDE World Cup. We have the two prodigy from India, Ramesh Babu Praggnanandhaa with white pieces and Arjun Erigaisi with black pieces. And what can I say about these two players? They are shocking the world and they are the future of chess, and we have this really attacking game, and I want to show you. Okay, Pragu with white pieces, so open with knight f3, and Arjun with black pieces play d5. Okay, we have g3 and g6, bishop g2 fianchetto for the both players, and d4 to control the center, knight f6, and white castle and black castle. Symmetrical position and completely equal for both players. Okay, we have c4 by Pragu, and Arjun decided to play c6 to defend better the d5 pawn. We have queen a4. Pragu developed the queen on this diagonal, and in this way is defending also this pawn, is preparing some development of other pieces. The knight will come into the game, the bishop will come into the game, okay, and the rook in the center maybe, okay. However, this is a typical move. You can also play the b3 to defend better this pawn, okay. You capture, and the game continues in this way, okay, to control the d4 square, the d4 pawn. However, the game continues in this way. After queen a4, black decide to play knight d7, okay. If you're asking why not knight here, yeah, I don't know why the knight come back here, why you move again the piece. Obviously, it's normal play knight d7, but it's correct to play knight d7, okay, the other knight on d7. This knight will be moved really soon, and the other black pieces will have a nice development, however, okay. Queen b3, and now because the knight will come here with an attack for the queen, so queen b3, and now a5 to maybe to prepare the a4 square. So we have a capture, c capture for d5, a4 like prevented, and the queen has to come on d1, and now black decide to recapture the pawn lost, so c capture for d5, knight c3, a normal development of this knight, but the knight here is attacking the d5 pawn, is attacking the a4 pawn that is defended by the black rook, but the queen is attacking also the pawn, so be careful. We have a knight b6 to resolve all these problems. This pawn is defended by the knight, and this other pawn is defended by the knight and the queen, so a completely winning. So black here is completely fine, and the game continues in a equal way, okay. And now for white is there is a possibility to play bishop f4 to develop the bishop, and Pragu did it. Okay, we have a knight c6 and the rook c1, rook a5, and b3. We have a capture, and now bishop g4. The two players are completing the development, and we have in this position only 15 moves, okay, but you will see a really amazing sacrifice in the end of the game, okay. So follow me all the video. Knight e5 to attack the knight on c6, to also attack the bishop on the g4, and here with bishop come back, bishop e6, really solid move. This pawn was attacked two times, sorry, and in this way black come back and consolidate the position and defend better this pawn, okay, with all these pieces, with the knight, with the bishop, rook and queen. We have queen d2, and now we have queen a8. This is an open file, so black want to use it and maybe targets this pawn in the future. And now we have e3 by Praggu. We have rook c8, and now knight d3. Praggu want to use this square, what controls all the square, and the knight will jump maybe on a c5 and will attack this light square bishop. We have bishop e5, and now h3, bishop capture for d3, the queen capture for d3, and now e6 to defend better this pawn, the d5 pawn. We have rook d1, and now bishop f8, bishop f1, knight b4, queen e2, and now rook a3, queen b2 to attack the rook, and the rook now was attacking this pawn and is defended by the queen. Okay, so black is not obliged to move the rook, but the queen here is not only attacking the rook, is defending this pawn. Okay, so we have knight a2. This knight is attacked 2 times by the rook and by the queen, and by the rook and by the knight, and also this knight is attacking the white rook. So white has to capture, knight capture, rook capture, and now Arjun has a really nice rook on the second rank, really aggressive, and he is playing really nice way with a lot of activity. Instead, white, we can say that has a really nice pair of rook on a c file and d file, and however the position is still equal for the both players. Okay, we have a trade of rook capture for c8. If black here decide to capture the queen, the white rook can capture the queen, so the position is winning for white. Okay, here, because now the rook is too strong. Okay, white is better with a pair of bishop, with this rook that is really active. Okay, is better. So the only way to continue for black is to play knight capture for c8 instead to capture the queen. Instead to play rook capture for b2, knight capture for c8, and now we have queen c3 to save the queen, and knight d7, some move b4, knight f5, rook c1, bishop d6 to change the bishop. We have bishop e5, capture, and now king g7 to avoid some check and decline the queen trade. Okay, we have b5, queen d8, and queen b4, d4. We have a push. If you're thinking something like to capture this pawn, there is a problem. The knight can jump here, and this position, especially with a few seconds on the clock, is really difficult for white to play. The knight is really strong. The knight f3 check, maybe knight e2 check. The queen can come on the d5 square, and a lot of easy activity and the plan for black. Okay, so if white can hold this, but for computer black is better. Okay, this is check, the king come here, and now the knight can jump here, come back, take a pawn, and attack this rook. Okay, so what is happening here, however, that Praggu decide to play the best move e4, and now you can see this position. This pawn is attacking the knight. There is no square for the knight, only h6 square or maybe e7 square. If you're thinking to play something like this is bad, because look at this move. Queen d6, and the white is winning. Okay, best move for black is to sack the knight, and if black try to defend this knight, the queen is attacked, so you can move this knight. Okay, and the queen has to keep an eye for the knight, so you have to move the queen. You can decide to come back in this way, but look at this, rook c7, and the knight has no way, has no escape. If black decide to move the knight, it's so passive, they're all square, and this rook can capture this pawn. So what is happening, that white is completely winning. uh, Another possibility here was to, oh, sorry about that. And I wanted to come back from this position, and if knight decide to come here, that is winning for white, because if change this pawn is too strong, okay, this knight is attack, and this rook and this pawn are really too much for black. And here black found an interesting move, really aggressive plan, and played knight capture for g3 sacrifice, and a knight for a pawn. Pragg here has to accept, otherwise he loses material. And after this move, you have to find a nice combination to continue the game. And the move you have to play is queen d4 to open up this diagonal for the queen. The queen is coming here, the queen is coming here to target this pawn. This is check. Also queen d4 not now is strong, not now, because the queen is guarding the d4 square. So white has a lot of problems to survive from this position, and the only way to survive from this position is to play king h1, okay, to avoid the check on this diagonal. And here white can hold, the position is equal, even black is down material, okay, after the sacrifice of knight. Looks this beauty. The knight is attacked by the pawn, and knight capture for g3. Pawn capture, and now the d3 square to activate the queen. If you are thinking something like why queen can cover this square, because to block this diagonal, the queen can come on the g5. And how can you defend this pawn? If you are trying this, the queen come here, and queen f2 is coming. So there is no real way to survive from this position. Only is king h1, I told you, because if the rook come here, or the queen, if you are thinking about the queen come here, look at this, rook c8 counter attack. And it's not important if queen capture, threat checkmate, white counter attack with queen h8 checkmate. White is faster, okay, of one move. And the only way here, this is the reason, sorry, why king h1 survived for white. And after rook f2, for example, the queen can come here, and after the queen, again this rook can come here. You have to do a check, you repeat some move with the sacrifice, and this is a perpetual check. Sorry, not this move. And the game is a draw. But this was a really difficult move to find, king h1. And if you are heavy, if you have a few seconds on the clock, it's more difficult, so it's impossible. And Pragg played bishop g2, but this is not correct. The checks come, queen b6 check, and now this passed pawn is a monster. Can you see? So we have king h2, queen f2, and now this is checkmate. And now what can you defend? How can you defend? The only move is rook g1, so passive. And now how can you stop this passed pawn? You play before rook e2. If you play rook d2, seems a winning position, but it's not. Look at this. This pawn is disconnecting the rook from the queen by the queen, and now the rook can come on d1, and it's incredible. White here survives, because after this queen come here, there is a possibility to sack the rook for a perpetual check. And now how can you avoid this check? Sorry, not this check, because the queen cover. You play this check, check, and perpetual, okay? So an impressive draw. So the best move is to play rook e2, and now this pawn can be pushed. Pragg would try to counter-attack in this way, but there is nothing that white can do, and d2, and this pawn will be promoted. Not now, because there is a rook, but really soon will be promoted, okay? So check, capture, capture, and now the king will come here, 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 and will defend this pawn. So some interesting move: rook f1, king e5, king g1, king d4, bishop f3, king e3, and now in this position the bishop can take the rook. No, it's not so good. Take the rook. If take the rook, this is capture, so rook check, and white is winning, black is winning, sorry. So it's possible to take the rook, obviously, but Pragg decided to play bishop g4, and now we have h5, and now the bishop has to capture, and now it's winning for black. Okay, how can you do in this position? You can do nothing. You can try this capture, because after this promotion, can you see, rook f1, there is a change of pieces, okay, with this move. But if you control in this position equal material, but not really equal position, because after king d2, white has no way to defend this pawn. King come here, and king come here. Black wasted time, and the king has to be. If you try this move, and after the king move, this pawn is captured. So a wonderful game by Arjun Erigaisi against Praggu, and can you see? I love this sacrifice, knight capture for g3. What a way to win a game, and this d3 to get freeze the diagonal, the dark square diagonal for the queen, and this is a really wonderful attack. Okay, and then an infiltration with the king that walk on the square. Beautiful. And I hope this video enjoy you. This is one of the most impressive game of FIDE World Cup, and now there is a possibility for Carlsen to win this tournament. He is really strong, and I have to say that there is Praggnanandhaa that in the end won against Arjun, and he's really strong, but I think Carlsen is is the real world champion. So he's not a world champion because it's Ding, but only officially, because his level of Carlsen, he's so high. So remember to subscribe to my channel, and you are always welcome to comment, to say something or ask me something. I will be happy to answer you. Bye bye. Thank you really much.